Ruslan.
All right, so I was hanging out with my buddy Shane Smith, comedian, friend. We just had him on the channel. The entire conversation's on Patreon. Super fun. And he hit me to one of these verified miracles by the Catholic Church of a chapel that was completed in 1878 that seems to be based on physics, based on the wood that was used, a miracle of sorts, okay? And we decided to look into this story for ourselves because we found it extremely interesting. So I'm going to play you guys a news clip of it, and then we're going to discuss some other details around it. It's really, really interesting stuff.
That's right. That's mainly because of answered prayers and questions about the staircase built in the 1800s still unanswered. This historic structure in Santa Fe holds a mystery, a staircase that attracts people from all over the world.
Before COVID, we got as many as 250,000 people a year visiting.
Richard Lindsley is a curator at Loretto Chapel. He says the mystery began when the French architect behind the chapel died in 1878, before a staircase to the choir loft was built. So the Sisters of Loretto turned to prayer.
And they said a 9-day prayer in Catholic traditions known as a novena, asking St. Joseph to pray for them to Jesus to help them with their problem. On the last day of their novena, this man rides in off the desert on a donkey, an elderly man with a gray beard as they described him, and told them he had come to build a staircase.
Okay, so far, hey, we're praying for a staircase. They're praying and they're wanting a staircase built to connect the upstairs. Okay. So far, hey, you know, someone's going to come along, help them out with the staircase. Okay. But this is where things get interesting. Okay. There's some details here that are pretty shocking.
He says the man worked on the staircase for 3 months and then vanished without getting paid. And the lumberyard told them the man didn't get any materials from them.
Okay. So that's odd. He works on it for 3 months. Then he disappears. Okay. Maybe he's just a good guy doing a good job. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Then it gets even more interesting.
So that's why the sisters, because of their prayers, his description, and the usual event about the wood, came to the conclusion that our Lord Jesus sent St. Joseph from heaven to build a staircase. And that's why originally it was known as the miraculous staircase.
So dude disappears, but there's more. Okay, there's more.
It represents something absolutely unique. It was put together without any nails.
Randy Randall, executive director.
Okay, now did you guys catch that? How in the world do you put together a staircase without any nails? Huh? Staircase built without any nails. Interesting.
For Tourism Santa Fe says deep history like that attracts tourists to the city.
We're the second oldest city in the United States. We're the oldest capital. We've got a lot of firsts.
And there's still questions about the chapel to this day. First, where did the wood come from? Lindsley said he gave a sample of the wood to a naval scientist in 1995 who said the closest he found to it was a tree that grows only in Alaska. But
Okay, hold on. Guy builds it, disappears. Local lumberyard says we haven't sold any wood to anyone. Then the stairs don't have any nails. I don't know how you do that. That's just now we're getting into like pyramid built like structure. Then they do an analysis on the wood, and the closest place you can get the same wood is in Alaska? Okay, this is getting more spooky by the moment.
Wasn't the same. Secondly, how does the staircase stand? It's not supported from below, and there are no nails. It's held together with wooden pegs. Lindsley said he met with more than 100 experts who built circular staircases.
Not one of these 120 American companies said they could reproduce the staircase the way it was built. No civil...
Again, this sounds a lot like the pyramids. They can't reproduce the staircase the way it was built 150 years later?
Engineer on the planet has been able to figure it out.
Lastly, who built the staircase? He says all claims have been debunked, and so we're back at square one.
So why does it stand? Nobody knows. Where does wood come from? Nobody knows. And who built it? Nobody knows. And that's why it's still known, even to this day, as the miraculous staircase.
Lindsley says due to the pandemic, business is not what it used to be, but it's getting better as more people feel comfortable traveling again. Back to you.
So, very fascinating that this is something that is only used wood from Alaska. The wood was not local. How the heck do you get wood from Alaska to New Mexico in the 1800s? The daggone staircase has no nails. They can't recreate it. And it's still around today. This is crazy stuff. This is really crazy stuff. The stairways carpenter, whoever he was, built a magnificent structure. The design was innovative for the time, and some of the design considerations still perplex experts today. The staircase has 360 degrees turns and no visible means of support. This sounds like an impossible thing to recreate. From everything I'm hearing, this cannot be recreated. The staircase has 360 degrees turns and no visible means of support. It said that the staircase has built without nails, only wooden pegs. Question also surround the number of stair risers relative to the height of the choir loft and about the types of wood and other materials used in the stairways. Over the years, they flocked to Loretto Chapel to see the miraculous staircase. The staircase was the subject of many articles, TV specials, including Unsolved Mysteries. Holy moly. This is fascinating. So, what do you guys think? Yes, that's definitely not up to code. That's a fact. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a miracle? Do you think the Catholic theory that St. Joseph pulled up, took care of the nuns who needed a new staircase, hooked them up miraculously? Do you think that this was just a good civilian wanting to bless the church? Do you guys think it's just an angel of some sort? What do you guys think? I think it's I don't know. Sounds like it's miraculous in some sense, right? The wood thing is the most intriguing thing to me. The wood thing is the most intriguing thing to me. I don't get the wood. How is the wood only in Alaska? That's crazy. Some of you guys are gonna say, well, it needs more testing. I'm sure they're open to that. I think they've done more testing, but it's definitely miraculous. And the interesting part about this stuff is that the Catholics have a whole way of doing their prescribed miracles with some degrees of verification, meaning they don't just be flippantly saying things are miracles without there being verification, which, I respect it. I respect it. Some disagreements I have with the Catholics, but I respect it. I respect that they're doing their due diligence to verify these sorts of things. So anyway, shout out to my man Shane Smith. Again, that whole conversation is on Patreon. The first clip came out, and if you guys want to check that out, go check that out. It's on Patreon right now. We're dropping clips as we go. He talks about being a Satanist. Spooky, 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 spooky stuff. I think there's a meaning for it to be a staircase. I think they just needed to go up, and so it's like that's how they built the staircases. I don't think that is the interesting part. Jesus was a carpenter, and so was Joseph, right? All right, guys. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you so much. We will be back next week. If you're not with us over on the 7-day trial of Patreon, consider signing up. The entire conversation with Shane is on there. It's fire, some heat, and we'll be back next week. And there's some information about our leadership planner, which is available now. All right. Love you guys. Hey, spend some time with your loved ones. Talk to them, listen to them, and get your butt to church this weekend. All right. Peace. After the incredible success of our Bless God prayer journal, many of you guys began to ask for something that had a planner. And so we combined our Bless God prayer journal with a brand new leadership planner that jam-packs the same things from our prayer journal with a planner, goal setting, leadership meeting, and notes. With the next pages, you can see different sections right along here of this leadership planner where you can start out with actionable goals, 12 months of calendar, our original prayer journal prompts, our leadership journal with the proven problem solution framework, and of course, just free write notes. This leadership planner is based off of Matthew 25:14-30, which of course is the parable of the talents. The vision of the planner is to help you make the most of your time, talent, and treasure. Head over to blessgod.shop and get yours today. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.